Sapoop, whoever you are, hi. I'm not sure how the chat thing works here. Does it actually work? Let me see. Chat. Where are you, chat? Does chat not work? Let me see. Ooh, actually, I'm not sure if it does. Maybe it does not. That is most unfortunate. Oh well, let's keep going. That is because I actually almost died. Some of you might notice if you watch my most recent video, and yeah, it's just me at the moment, just trying to play through that experience. You say sadness on my face, that's interesting. I mean, like, maybe it's because you saw the title and then you guessed that, oh, it is because I am sad. Am I sad though, really? Good question. I might be a little bit traumatized though, a little bit, just a little bit. But thank you for asking. Keep the questions coming. Welcome to I Almost Died, and thanks for asking about what exactly happened. So yes, as the title goes, I almost died. It's one of those things that just happens when you're just like not really even thinking about it sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say like it's something that you don't even think about sometimes, because like that implies that like you almost die like everywhere it is that you go. But if you think about it, actually maybe that's not like all that far off, because if you think about it, life is dangerous. So the story is, I was casually walking, you know, like using my legs, which you do as well. And while I'm walking, then there is a junction, right? So like you've got crossroads kind of thing, here, there, and suddenly, right? So there's a truck that's coming by. Imagine this. So if you're going along a road, just straight up like that, then what's supposed to happen is that the truck is just supposed to go in the direction that it's going, right? Like it's not supposed to deviate from the path. So anyway, imagine this. I'm here, the truck is going in this direction, and instead of going here as it's supposed to, suddenly it just curves in. And suddenly I'm here. Like, look at this. Like, this is me, right? And like the truck is about to hit me. Imagine time freezing just like that, right? The truck is about to hit you. It's a Shopee truck, by the way. And those of you who like your Korean manhwa, like you may be familiar with the idea of being isekai. Yes, that's right. Shopee loves me for some reason or another. You know, I spent like 35,000 ringgit over the past like, I don't know how many years right here. And they decided to send me a brand new truck-gun to go ahead and send me to the next world. But it didn't. But it didn't turn out that way. It didn't turn out that way. I'm very happy about that. But anyway, so the truck almost hit me, and then I'm like just casually stepping away like some sort of like Tai Chi master. I'm feeling like almost like I should be like doing a Tai Chi live stream right now, you know, like all that Tao Te Ching stuff right there. Because like for one moment I was like Neo in the Matrix, just casually like avoiding that truck. Wing Chun style, martial arts, whatever have you right there, but like yeah, it's a thing. Keselamatan Jalan Raya, I wish bro. I freaking wish bro. Yeah, I mean like that truck, it was not looking at the road. Like I swear, like Shopee should not have had that guy be driving. Like it's an actual risk to people on the road, I swear. Like, I don't know if they actually took action, but like, you guys could be next. I'm like not even joking right now. Like you think to yourself that like, oh, you know, he went through like a traumatic experience kind of thing. And I did, right? Like I am actually going through a traumatic experience a little bit right now. I'm playing the piano, which is kind of like nice. But it is actually a traumatic experience because it's like your life like flashed before your eyes. Show of hands, by the way, like anybody out there, how many of you have actually like had a near-death experience before? How many of you? Like seriously, like if you've had a near-death experience, please let me know in the chat. I would love to know. Yeah. You know, staying at home is not bad, but like, you know, you got to go out, man. Like once in a while, like hang out with people. But you know, I'm tempted right now to play a song that's actually related to yeah, like this idea of like near death. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting experience, by the way, like almost getting run over by a truck. I feel like if you've never experienced something like that before, it's kind of unique. You know, we read Korean manhwa and we just know that like people apparently get sent to another world by like truckgun kind of thing. And it's like I might actually be one of the only people to have experienced that in real life. Has anybody ever been almost hit by a vehicle before? Because like if you've never been almost hit by a vehicle, I don't wish that upon you, but like I swear it's like it's very interesting experience. Was I carrying my cello when the Shopee almost hit me? The cello could not be the armored bro. Like, okay, so the guy was just like veering off, no signal or anything kind of thing. If it hit the cello, yeah, maybe I could like treat the thing like a, I don't know, like a matador or something, and then and then like the Shopee truck as like a bull, and like kind of like hit it off in like some direction or whatever have you right there. Yeah, so it is kind of an interesting experience. Yeah, but anyway, Fufu Labu, you got hit by a scooter. I understand why you would want to stay at home. We have like some other people here who have been almost like in accidents. Emir, wow. You can feel your soul preparing to leave your body. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Like I can totally identify. You know, I've been shaken for like the past day or so, and like maybe I just like don't show it, kind of thing. But like it is actually quite an experience, yeah, to like experience that. Jesus, thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm good. Just a little bit shaken. Still kind of like processing a little bit of it. I mean, like I am human too, even though it doesn't necessarily always show. But yeah. What do we have right over here? Yeah, so it is kind of an experience to like think about this whole almost getting hit type thing. It's not something that I wish upon people, but yeah, wow. But it could have been a lot worse. I could have actually been hit. But what would be really bad if you get hit, but then you don't actually die, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it would actually be like terrible to the point of like you're maybe like lying in bed, you're halfway catatonic, and you are just casually hanging out, hovering between the line of life and death, and you have no idea what's actually going on, kind of thing. Oh, thank you, thank you, Sapoop. Yeah, so somebody mentioned something about Scooter earlier. Like, Trapkun is 50-50, Scooter is 100% success rate. Wow, I don't even know what manhwa that is. But yeah, like, managed to survive. And I don't know, like, if I happen to see like any scooters out there, then maybe that would change a little bit later on. Yeah, but anyway, so just wanted to yap about it. Yeah. I'm glad that nobody's had any like serious vehicle accidents out there. I mean, it can actually like be really bad, but I really hope that the guy who actually like almost hit me will get off the road. Like this is an actual problem. Again, like I said to some of y'all earlier when you came onto the live stream, so it is actually legit dangerous, and if the guy doesn't get off the road, right? So then like you never know who's gonna be the next person. Like it is a literal disaster news story waiting to happen. You know what I mean? Like seriously, can you just imagine the same guy like going about like to 50, 500 other jalans or lorongs here and there, and then doing exactly the same thing? It's crazy, right? Like it's not just about me, it's about like the other people as well. So like if you've seen the other video already and you know what the car plate number actually is, so like yeah, just be aware, man. Or like even if you're not aware, right? Just know that like these kinds of drivers, who are doing this kind of like delivery stuff, they don't pay the most attention. So like they might actually, in the worst case scenario, right, like be going out there and rushing. I kind of understand why they rush. It's like they want to make like the most money possible in the shortest amount of time, right? So like they will just casually go and then yeah, like run over shit as fast as possible. Well, they don't intentionally run over shit, but like they just very intentionally go as fast as possible because they can make like as much money as possible. It's not like a ton of money, but like it's not insignificant. And we are back here in the home. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, thank you for listening to me yap. It's kind of interesting. But I'm very glad that none of you actually have had like serious, like life-threatening experiences before. Because like again, not something that we would wish upon people. Yeah, but like once it actually happens to you as a person, then you sort of like realize, right? Like, wow, damn, like life is short, man. Life is actually short. It's actually crazy. Use the hand, like what, like a car is coming towards you, and then just be all like, Truck-kun, no, stop, dame desu. Is that how that works? I don't know if that's gonna work actually. I mean, like, use a five. High five! High five! No. I mean, I wish, but like, no. That'd be funny though. I mean, like, imagine Truck-kun coming towards you, and then like you just like try to do that whole Jackie Chan Kung Fu Buddha palm thing that you see in the movies, and just be all like, and you expect it to like stop the car or something. No, like you're just gonna get even more efficiently Truck-kun. That's the way I think about it. Yep. Who here reads manhwa, by the way? Like, I'm just wondering, like, do we have like a range of people who actually read manhwa here, or is it just like a few of you? Because I love manhwa. Like, it's like my favorite like brain rot type activity. And yes, I do engage in brain rot. I do make a lot of videos, but I also engage in like a lot of brain rot. You'd be surprised. Cause like, sometimes you just need to like shut down your brain for a while. Oh, you read manga more than manhwa. Oh, I see. Interesting. That's nice. Like One Piece kind of thing. And a whole range of others, I guess. Yeah. Well, I like manhwa personally. I did used to read manga like a little bit here and there, but like not so much anymore. Now mostly it's like stuff like, oh, like the hero started an e-commerce empire in another world, or like it could be like the dark magician was kicked the S rank dark magician was kicked from his party. Or it could be the A rank healer has a new life in the offensive magic academy. I can that's an actual title, by the way. I can actually remember that. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I like that stuff. But anyway, I'm glad that I didn't get to be one of those superheroes. Can you just imagine? Yeah, I mean like isekai can be anything right now, I guess. I mean like it's popular enough to the point that like it's all over the world. I mean, it's actually Japanese originally, so like isekai, right? So it's just like different world. But like the Koreans, like they really adapted it to their own kinds of like purposes right there. It's cool, it's chill, I like it. But yeah, I did not get isekai. I actually wonder sometimes, like if I actually died like that day, like wow, like what would that experience actually have been like? Like if you think about it, right? Like I had a whole long philosophical conversation with like a friend like the other day, right? Like about this idea of like actually dying. I don't know how many of you have actually thought about it before, right? But like you think about it, like pain and dying are like actually two separate and distinct things, right? Something interesting is that if let's say you sustain like a horrible injury, right? Like your entire arm gets cut off or something like that, right? So like that could actually be less painful than let's say you get like a couple of like, I don't know, cuts like here, there, and everywhere, like lacerations kind of thing. I don't know, like you get whipped or something, like you're a slave. But the reason for that, right, is that actually your body like sets a limit on the amount of pain that you can actually feel, right? Like it doesn't give you like pain past a certain point, right? So then like the amount of pain that you're gonna feel, right, is gonna cut off past a certain point, right? But that doesn't stop your body from needing the certain things that you need to survive. Like for example, like okay, in your body there are like 5 liters of blood. If you go like below like 2 liters kind of thing, then you are in serious trouble. Like you are going to actually die, kind of thing, regardless of how much pain you're feeling at the time, right? So like it could be that you're not in pain but then you die, right? But at the same time, it could also be that you're in like the maximum pain and then you die. They are like separable variables if we say that in like the economics language. So I don't know, man. Like in that moment, like sometimes I do wonder, right? Like if I actually did die, like how bad would it actually be, right? Like would it actually be like horrible? I don't know. Like I'm sure that there will be like things to like remember here and there and everywhere. And thank you, Shinho. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm glad that you guys enjoy like what I talk about, and I hope that inspired like some of you to do a similar thing as well. Like to just like speak up about things that you actually care about. I think that's very important for building the society that we live in, right? One person can't do it alone, right? If you feel that there are certain things that are like very important for you to like talk about, right? You can't rely on just one person, right? Like you can't have like a cult of personality. I don't want to have a cult of personality. Like, of course, if you're a creator, right, as an individual, right, like you have a lot of people like maybe like following you, listening to you, like talking to you, kind of like hanging out, chilling, kind of thing. It becomes like sometimes, like maybe a cult of personality, or like it has the beginnings of like a cult of personality. For me, I feel like it's better if you retain the ability to like think for yourself, right? I'm not perfect or anything. But yeah, I think none of us are. And if you rely too much on like a single person to like give you the secret to life, the universe, and everything, like that's not good for you, Habibi. That's not good for you, Habib. Anyway, yeah. So to those of you who just came, came in, we're talking about the near-death experiences. TLDR, I almost got truck-kun and almost hit right over there. Anyone care to share a near-death experience that you have experienced? Anyone? I just got back from yoga, by the way. So like I've been going for yoga classes, those of you who don't know. And it's just like kind of like stretching here, there, and everywhere. I mean, during some parts of the class, it almost feels like I was about to be like truck-kun, except by a different means right there, and there's no truck except there's just the yoga instructor who's like literally going up to you and saying, all right, bend this, bend this, bend this, and then like she's like bending in like certain ways that just makes you think to yourself, wow, is that even physically possible? Was it even possible to stretch that? Did I even just do something that's supposed to be physically possible kind of thing? It's crazy. But I mean like it's nice. You get to experience parts of your body which yeah, you had never known before. And yeah, also for those of you who understand Cantonese, like you can go and kap lui, which is like what one possible reason why a person might go for yoga. I'm not saying that I go to yoga to kap lui, okay? Like it's not a thing. It may be for some people in some circumstances, but like it may be, yeah. Moving on, so like if you think about like yoga right there, yes, it may help you to dodge. You know, that's a very good point. Like maybe going to yoga class saved my life. Maybe, yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe it actually helped me to like just be all like kind of thing. Yeah, like stretch, stretch, stretch. And then like when the truck comes by, then you just like stretch kind of thing, and then like you're just like flexibility. You want to see my flexibility, by the way? Like I think my flexibility is like improved now. I'm not saying it's good, right? But like it's actually improved. So like I can do this right now. Look at this. Yeah, I can do this. It's actually like I am capable of doing that. So like if you're asking me like, you know, did this help me escape from truck-kun? That's like a solid maybe. I think I think that's a solid maybe. Yeah. I mean like there are so many different ways that you could like escape from truck-kun, you know what I mean? Like maybe you just like fall in like one direction. Maybe like the guy actually like, just happens to see you kind of thing or anything like that. But dude, like, do you know how bad it could have actually been? Do you know that like the guy was like driving near a surau? So like you just imagine that like right there, like you have like 10, 20-ish people kind of hanging out right there. And like basically if you think about it, right, like given the way that he was driving, right, the easiest way for him to actually go and crash into people would have been to like actually crash into the entire surround. And I'm not talking about like I see those people like every single day, right? Like it's, can you just imagine like 20 people basically in the streets, and you know it's next to a food stall, right? So like basically the surround people, they just like kind of hang out here and there, like in the general area. So like he wasn't watching, right? So like he turned, and like just coincidentally, I happened to be the person that was like standing in that specific pathway at that specific time, right? So that it almost hit me. But like in the same area, there were at least like 10 different people eating in the restaurants, like basically near the surround kind of thing. So like, yeah. Like if that guy is like driving like there all the time, right? Like I swear that is like, you know, yeah, like I don't know what kind of driver that guy is right there, but like you know how like in this country, right? Like people can very easily make it into like a type M, type C, type I type issue right there. And like it can be like a disaster, you know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying, right? Like that area is like a surround. So like if the person were to actually like hit people like in the surround kind of thing, like yeah, like that could be like actually really, really, really bad. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, thank you for that message. Yeah, I mean like we're all human, so like I think Muslim or like non-Muslim or whatever have you right there. Yeah, like, I appreciate the gesture right there. So like I think that you just don't want like that sort of like situation to happen to anybody. So for me, I just think that it's a lot better to, if possible, right, like get the person to like stop driving, I mean, I know it's this livelihood and everything, right? But like, think about it from like a safety perspective. You wouldn't want drunk drivers on the road, right? But at the same time, you wouldn't want like, I don't know, like Shopee people who are like just trying to deliver your parcels like quickly and everything to be driving like mad people, not even looking on the road kind of thing. Do you know, by the way, and this is a statistic that some of you might not have read or heard of or known of before, but I'm gonna share it to you on stream right now. Truck drivers are actually some of the most obese people in the entire world. Yeah, I kid you not. Like, they're actually the most obese. Like, when I say obese, I mean fat. I mean, like, fat as shit. Like, basically, like, they are the kinds of people that, like, you imagine in those police stations eating donuts and everything. But no, like, those are, like, the real life people. Like, there are actually statistics that show that, like, the truck drivers actually like have a full-on obesity pandemic that is like assailing them. And you can check this out, like if you don't know or you don't believe me when I'm talking about this right here, but like yeah, you can actually like go ahead and do that. You know why? It's because like they drive for like hours and hours and hours and they just like stare basically at the road, right? And they just like don't move all day. That's literally what their job is. They just like literally sit down and like they just drive. These gigantic mega fuck ton pieces of steel with like large amounts of luggage inside them while they are in there, like basically eating, sleeping. I don't want to say like shitting kind of thing, but like they are literally just sitting there all day, eyes forward, double chin, growing, man boobs like basically folding over the wheels. Like you see that? Like it is actually like what they are doing like all day and all night. Like how can a guy like not grow fat like that? I swear. Like that is actually like the kind of thing that like might actually happen. Thank you to every single one of you who are just like popping in. Thank you for that. The sympathy and everything like that. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sapoops. Thank you. I'm glad to be alive as well, and it's a privilege to share this little experience with you all right now, even as we casually yap about it. Yeah. I mean, right now we're talking about like truck drivers and everything. So like when you say like truck kun, right? Like you know, when you say like truck kun basically is you know, like the guy who like sends people to another world kind of thing. Bro, like the real life truck kun is like so freaking unhealthy. If I were a truck driver, I would want to be truck kun myself. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know how bad their lives are? Like, you know, usually like the people who get a truck kun, right, are like people who just have like such horrible lives. Like maybe they are like old already and then they got abandoned by their friends. Or after they got abandoned by their friends already, right? Then like maybe like they, I don't know, like it can be like a whole bunch of different things. Like maybe they got to become like the strongest people in the entire empire, and then like they thought that they served the king for so long already, and then the king is like, lol, you know what, screw you, because you're too strong right now, you're a threat to the kingdom, you're a threat to the empire. No, how dare you, I served the empire for so long. And then like basically then they were like, oh, all right, like I guess I'll just reincarnate right now and go and mess you over like the moment like you try and assert your happy kingdom and rewrite history, which is like one possibility. Another one is like literally like, oh, you are so weak. You're so weak. You know, like you've got like all these useless powers, huh? Like you're a sage, like you're using magic. That's so lame. Do you know that we are the best in the world? Well, I guess like that doesn't actually require like Changkun. That's more like, you know, like I was so weak, I was kicked out from the party, but it turns out that I was actually like super OP, and then like I have like all of these like hundreds of different like magical abilities, and thus I am able to like casually like take over the world with my magical abilities. Haha, screw you all, kind of thing. But yeah, but again, right? Like when you look at it from like that statistical point of view, right? Like the truck kun drivers are really in need, right? Like actually going to another world. Like their lives are actually just that bad. You know, when eventually like they use AI to like drive all these trucks right there, like I feel like these people would actually like just have like better lives, you know what I mean? Like you end up just, I don't know, like taking like the L on the job maybe, but like just statistically speaking, it's such a bad job to the point that like it's kind of not worth it. I guess like if you think about the expected value of like that job right there, basically the probability that you end up like fucked up and then you multiply that by the payoff kind of thing, and you compare that across a range of like possible jobs. For those of you who understand statistics, right, like we have expected values, probability multiplied by payoff kind of thing right there, and then like what is the expected value of this particular option right there, then you can like choose kind of thing. I feel that like the truck driver truck kun job is just no ダメです that was like really like isekai kudasai type thing. Yeah. So it's interesting to think about all that stuff. And yeah, so Adibs Chan, they do sit for very long hours, it is true. And it's really crazy to think about. Can you just imagine, right? Like you are sitting in the truck, you are like staring out at the road, and you have this like, I don't know, like how many ton like metal thing that you are carrying along with you, and you have nothing to do except you just like stare like in front like for the entire time. Imagine me right now. Don't get socially awkward on me right now. I know, like, you know, that silences, people always just want to fill them up. No. Embrace the awk. You've just experienced right now 0.05% of what like a truck driver does every single day. Imagine if you're on the road and then like somebody's like staring at you like that. You'd be so awkward, you know? Like you just like literally just be all like thinking, wow, why is this guy like just staring at me like all day long? If roads were conscious, I feel like they would be like just like completely creeped out by like truck kun. Those of you entering right now, we're embracing the awk. Just like imagine the staring. Look at my eyeballs. Look at my eyeballs. Look at my eyeballs. Yes, that's right. That's right. Sharingan. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't have a Sharingan. I wish I had a Sharingan right now. I could be all like Genjutsu, Mangekyo Sharingan, like be all like Genjutsu, every single one of you out there, and yeah. No, actually, like my eyes are like too small. So like even if I tried to Genjutsu you, I feel like that that wouldn't leave any impact. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope everybody's doing great. By the way, I mean like you know if you didn't have a near death experience recently, then maybe like you know you had a slightly better experience than me. I hope everything's going great. Like you know work and everything is going great as well. Yeah. So like the work of like truck kun, I think is like just no. Like I can't imagine like what that would actually be like. That's actually insane to me. I cannot comprehend. I cannot fathom like what it must be like for these people to actually do that. I don't know about plane kun actually. I mean like would that be like a plane literally out in the middle of the air, like goes out and then like hits you while you are on the ground? Well, I think if that really happens to you, right? Wow, like the chance of that actually happening is that like it's like lower than a lightning strikes chance, bro. So like when you say like you can't dodge plane kun, like my question would then be like, how can you not dodge plane kun kind of thing? You know, like if you actually get hit by plane kun, right? I feel like it's almost like an honor. It's like almost like fate. You know what I mean? You know, when you think about like truck kun, you know, truck kun is like, you know, statistically speaking, that's like a normal enough type of activity, as in like getting hit by a truck, right? It's normal enough to the point that I could like look at it and then just be all like, you know what, like screw these people who are driving trucks out there. I know that they have horrible lives and like I know capitalism is a thing. I know that we all need money, but like y'all work in this job right here, you are endangering people like me kind of thing, right? Okay, in that case, like fine, like you know I can actually get like mildly angry at that. But like you know if I actually get hit by a plane, right? I'll be like, oh, bro, like that's like kind of destiny, man. Like that's like special enough to the point that like, you know, I feel like if you get hit by a plane, right, you deserve like a different kind of like heaven. You deserve like a brand new you deserve a villa in heaven or something like that because like you got hit by a plane. Like the chance of that happening is just like so astronomically low. You know what I mean? Oh yes, nice. In Penang, in Penang, Penang? Penang, like, oh, like planes? Getting hit by a plane in Penang? Huh, maybe. Feel free to clarify. And thank you. Yeah, that's a cello. I've been taking lessons. So yeah, and that's a ukulele, by the way. That's a violin as well. These are not instruments. That is apparently a mother and a child. Apparently, yeah, that is a mother and a child. Might I die by shaking the camera? Huh? Is that a thing? Is that fish gun cases during fishing before? What? Okay. Somehow that seems slightly more probable to me that a person might die while fishing compared to like, being hit by a plane or something like that. So I'm like, But how though? Like, A, you drown, or B, like the fish attack you and then like eat your entire face or something like that. And then once they eat your face, then you die and then you isekai or something like that. Or are you thinking like Jonah the whale kind of thing? Hi, Sapoop. 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 How's it going, Sapoop? Yeah, so like, yeah, I don't know how many of you like read like the Bible or anything like that, but like, there's this like story in the Bible that is about Jonah and the whale. So then what happens is that basically this guy gets eaten by fish, right? And then after he gets eaten by fish, then basically then he survives inside the fish, and then eventually he goes out and gives a warning. Well, actually, it's more of like he wanted to give a warning. He was supposed to give a warning to a city, and then like he didn't want to give the warning, and then he ended up getting eaten by a fish. That is basically like what it is right there. If any of you out there, like, your Bible better than I do, like, like, don't hesitate to correct me, but that's basically the story. Yeah, go ahead, read it up. There's some interesting stuff inside the Bible, I swear. Like, it's kind of like, I've been reading like it slightly more recently, and like I swear there's like some like anti-natalist stuff inside there. Seriously, you don't know what anti-natalism is? It's like this idea, by the way. Yeah, Jonah and the whale. So like there's like some anti-natalist stuff inside here. I mean, like, if you've ever read this Ecclesiastes, okay, so like anti-natalism is maybe you don't know what anti-natalism is, but like, I'm gonna just go ahead and read this out for you, and you can like see if like you agree with me or you don't agree with me. But yeah, what do we have here? Ecclesiastes, where are you? Okay, so like after Proverbs. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? It's better to use like an actual computer. What am I doing? Like, I have like technology here. Why am I even doing this? Oh yeah. Alright, great. We have a legit Christian here. But anyway, like I'm not gonna like preach to you or anything. I'm just gonna read like a weird thing that I found in the Bible one fine day. Penang drivers. Yeah, deets. I was actually in Penang recently, and like people were like just telling me that motorcycles are the king of the road. And like I don't disbelieve that. I mean, like, they actually are like everywhere, and like they are just like casually, just like they're like very slumber one, It's not like in KL, like if you're a motorcycle kind of thing, like you're probably like Grab food delivery person or something, and you're like chaotic and everything. But no, like in Penang, the motorcycles are just like, I don't know, like they're just like on a holiday or something. Like a lot of people, like they say that like they want to retire in Penang or some shit like that. Like the Singaporeans say they want to retire in Penang. Then the honkies, they go out and buy like 5 million properties in like Gurney Drive and stuff like that. Yeah. So like maybe like everybody has a retirement mindset, and then they're just like, you know what? We're all gonna buy motorcycles and we're just gonna go drive like crazy people here and there. But anyway, let us not be distracted from the thing earlier that I was talking about. Alright, so Sapoops, we are going to Ecclesiastes 4, like for weird things in the Bible. And yeah, we were just like talking about this because like it's yeah, interesting. Alright, what do we have right here? Anyway, okay then. Again, I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of the oppressors. Alright, anyway, so the important part is like right here. And I declared that the dead who had already died are happier than the living who are still alive, but better than both is the one who has never been born, who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun. Bro, I look at this right here, I think that this is what we call anti-natalism. If you don't know what anti-natalism is, yeah, it's like a full-on like philosophy, but like a couple of interesting people right here. I say interesting because I don't like entirely disagree with it, but like it's this idea, right, that like maybe procreation is unethical or unjustifiable. It's like, you know what? Maybe you should abstain from making children. Maybe like having people come into existence is a serious harm. It is worse than people actually like bringing people into the world is like the worst possible thing that you could actually do, which is like crazy. I think it probably goes against like a lot of people's like biological instincts though, but like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a doozy, and somebody asked about Ultra Gyasu. I'm not seeing what the relevance there is, but like yeah, I mean like you say Ultra Gyasu, like Gyasu just means like you are scared of losing kind of thing. It actually used to be a bad word. It probably still is a bad word actually, like used by some people out there who are very like anti-DAP, who blame DAP for everything out there. Oh my gosh! Sepupu almost got Chakun. Salah DAP, semua salah DAP. Kind of thing, bro. Yeah. So yeah, no worries. It just means like you're scared of losing. So like when you kia. Okay, Hokkien lesson. Lim Pe Gai Gong. Okay, alright, okay. You better don't say Lim Pe Gai Gong, okay? Like it's actually kind of rude, you know, like but it's a very good way of saying okay. I didn't expect to be giving like Hokkien lesson right here, but like Lim Pe Gai Gong basically means how are you? No. It doesn't mean like how are you, but like Lim Pe Gai Gong basically means like your father tell you right now, meaning I am your father, I tell you right. Lim Pe Gai Gong. Kia Su, the meaning is first Kia, scared. Su means lose. If you are Kia Su, it means you're scared of losing. Okay? Another variant. Kia Si. Kia, again, right? It means scared. Si means you're scared of dying. Kia Bo means scared. And then bo means wife. Kia Su, Kia Si, Kia Bo. Yeah, there you go. So like, congratulations. I welcome you into the fellowship of Hokkien speakers. You can now join the Penang motorcycle gang. Bo pian ah, what can I gong ah? Alright, yeah. So like Kia Lim Pe, that's right. Yeah, that is what it is. You know that Kia is actually like a car as well. So like, you know, like if you buy a Kia, you know, I've actually been thinking about like buying like a car recently. And one of the options is like a Kia kind of thing, but I think about it and the word Kia actually means like scared, right? So like the question is, you know, if I buy the car, like, you know, does it, you know, like cause me unconsciously to be scared of like things here and there kind of thing? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be like hanging out on the road and just be all like Kia everything. IKEA. Actually, you know what? You know what, Nick? Like maybe that's the thing. You know, like Kia. You IKEA, Kia Hua Chia. I use Grab like pretty much like all the time kind of thing. But like we do drive like once in a while, but it's just like not very common kind of thing. You can say that like I'm kind of like a homebody. I do travel like quite a fair bit. So like but most of the time actually I just use like Grab. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's also why like maybe you get to be truck-gun. Because when you're walking, it's kind of like, yeah, like there's the possibility of your being a truck-gun. Septuagint has asked a very interesting question right here. Why does Dr. Ridwan T call Chinese people ultra kiasu? Okay, It's like this, right? He is praising Chinese people, but at the same time, he is saying that the way that Chinese people are is very bad for slow people. I'm being very careful with my words here because, like, if you think about it, he's actually insulting Malay people. But it's not in a direct way, right? When you say that somebody's ultra kiasu, right, basically what you're saying is that, like, they have certain attitudes that make it so that, you know, like, they don't want to lose, kind of thing. Because, like, Chinese people, we love money. We fucking love money. We love using it, spending it, earning it, becoming good at it, telling our kids to basically, like, learn as much as possible so that they can earn money. And, like, wherever it is that you go in the world, right, you know, like, you will find, like, successful Chinese people. Philippines, you will find successful Chinese people, right? Like, you've got, like, your CP group in Thailand that is owned by, like, Chinese people. Red Bull, Chinese family. If you think, like, Cheravanon, Thai, no, Chinese people, like, because they were, like, assimilated right there. Indonesia, well, Leong and, like, the friends of Suharto, like, all down the generations, Chinese all the way. But anyway, I digress, right? So Chinese people, they tend to do, like, usually pretty well, like, wherever it is that we happen to go. Statistically, I'm not saying that, like, we are talking about every single individual Chinese person, but usually the outliers of the Chinese community, right, like, those outliers, right, they happen to be, like, extremely successful. So the thing is, right, when you are competing with people for, like, certain resources kind of thing, if you are very good, then you hope, right, that some part of the way you can actually, like, expand the economic pie. Like, you actually make things, like, better for the entire world, right? Okay? So, like, I don't know, like, instead of my taking $10 and then you don't have any more money, right? Instead, what can happen is that maybe I take the $10, right? But then because I am the one who took the $10 from you, feel free to donate, by the way. That's an option. But anyway, just because I take $10, right, from you, it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, oh, that $10 is, like, completely gone. So, like, it can also mean that, like, because I take the $10 now, right, I invest it, and then in the future, then everybody will get $100 each because of my investment decision, right? That's one possibility. But another possibility, right, is that I spend that money, I take that money, and then, like, there's no more opportunities kind of thing, right? So there's a very real aspect of our economy, right? We have, like, scarcity, which means that, like, resources are limited, right? If you're gonna, like, hire, for example, a tutor, which is incidentally, like, one of the businesses that I work on at the moment. So then, like, what happens is that, like, that time slot is taken, but also, like, the need of that particular student is fulfilled, right? Like, there's a limited number of those spots, right? So if you have, like, very competitive people out there in the market, basically, who are, like, doing very well, kind of thing, then what can happen is that, like, some people, they feel like they're sidelined, they don't have opportunities anymore, right? And those of you who know that I talked to Mahathir before, right, like, you know the example that he gave, which is that, well, the Chinese builders came in and then the Malay builders basically, like, lost out, right? So that is that real feeling, right? That you have these people who are, like, just losing out at scale. And yeah, they're just, like, not happy with that. So it is where it is. And that's why he got that, like, ultra kiasu. Anyway, guys, it's almost about 11 right now. Wow, we've been yapping for, like, quite a while at this point right here. But yeah, like, almost died, but everything is going well. I mean, I didn't actually die, and we had this chance to have, like, this nice conversation right here, hung out and everything like that, stuff of that nature. Some people might say, felt cute, might delete later, kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to delete this, but anyway. right here, right now, you experience this live stream and you were here, you were present. So thank you for that. Yeah, so yeah, any last thoughts? Anybody want to share about how they themselves almost got truck-gooned? Thank you, Chinho. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I will do my best. Anybody out there have any like messages, quotes, comments, feedback? You like my videos? You hate my videos? Oh my gosh, you should have died during that truck. Whoa, 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 whoa. Or like you can live for like another 1,000 years. I hope that you can upload your mind into the consciousness of the internet so that we can follow you forever. Yeah, no, I wish. Wow, maybe I should have said like I wish. Like it'll be interesting to live forever, but like maybe we don't want to do that. Anyway, can I name a place with a woman name other than Sydney? Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a Google search for you right now, but I swear, like this is not because I don't know what I'm talking about right here. It's actually kind of funny, but like, you know how we're all from Malaysia, right? So, fun fact for you, one of the very most popular names in the world for African female people is Malaysia. My girl, Malaysia. Did you know that Malaysia is one of the most popular names amongst African Americans? Yeah, that's actually what it is right here. There's this woman that's called Malaysia King. Like, it's actually a thing right here. You can see, wow, why are people talking about like Rex Tan right here? That's crazy. Oh no, that's an AI summary. Yeah, but like anyway, Malaysia is a name amongst African Americans. So congratulations. Your country is an African American lady name. Yeah, maybe like you didn't expect that, but like it's true. You know, like Malaysia. You say you're a citizen of Malaysia kind of thing. I don't know, like does that mean that like you're part of the queendom of like some random sassy African American lady, next Beyonce or something like that? Well, they do say that like once you go black, you never go back. I don't know if that really applies in this context right here, but it is what it is. Ooh, yes, thank you, Sapoop. I will cherish it indeed. Life is a gift. I meant it when I said that like it feels like I got a second chance at life right here. I feel like this live stream is like almost me kind of like processing that, you know, like I like talking to people. Even if it's not necessarily like a conversation, right, about like these kinds of things right here, I like to like have that feedback and like just have that conversation and to just have like that sense that maybe like, you know, there are people who have followed this journey who want to know that maybe like, you know, I'm fine kind of thing. And I think that like things did get a little bit better over the course of this conversation. I needed this, so thanks guys for being a part of this experience so far. And yeah, so I'm probably about to head out right here, so have fun recognizing that you are part of a country after which a large number of African girls is named. And yes, I'm very much alive, and I'll look forward to seeing you all very soon. Ciao, ciao, and ciao. Bye!